guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay. I want to know who the fuck got the right to make films based on my sex life.
So little Billy and his family are traveling to see...
His name Billy? Oh, his is Billy.
Yeah. Oh, Billy.
Take that nipple juice.
That's the second time you've said that to me today. There will not be a third.
There'll be a fifth.
They're going to visit his dad's dad, and his dad's Chris Collinsworth from NBC.
Every time I saw that dude at the very beginning of this movie, he looked like he couldn't wait to tell Billy, "You're adopted, nobody loves you." He just looked like that guy. I don't know why.
He kind of looked like Neil from Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
He did a little bit, yeah.
But he seemed like a nice guy. But yeah, so they're taking him to see, and actually the road that they're traveling on it looks like it reminds me of The Shining a little bit. But they go and they meet his granddads, and they leave little Billy with the granddad.
Which is, like, by the way, the greatest parenting decision ever.
Yeah.
Like, obviously the guy's catatonic, or what we feel is catatonic at this point in the film, the very beginning of the movie, but still, you're leaving your little kid that's kind of freaked out by this weird, not talking grandfather figure to go have a conversation with the doctor in the next room, and then all of a sudden the fucking Dos Equis guy says, "I've drank too much." Like, he does it. He looks like the retired Dos Equis dude.
It does.
Stay thirsty, my friend. I drank my fill. He did. He drank way too much Dos Equis, and he turns the little boy out of nowhere. It's like, "Do you know about Christmas? Do you know what happens on Christmas?"
He's got like fucking biscuits and gravy from Hardee's on his lips.
It's like, that's some good shit. Good eating.
Santa Claus is gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, he's like, "It's the scariest time of the year," which I gotta agree with. You guys have seen Black Friday and shit, and it's like a ghost when your fucking wallet ate your money, and you're like, "What the fuck, goddamn kids, hate them." But yeah, it's like that. But yeah, he's like, "No, Santa goes after the naughty children and does some very bad things," and it's like, it's the most terrifying experience probably a little boy could have.
Yeah,
and
that guy was scary.
Yeah, well, you know. The thing is,
like the ghost of Dan Marino.
Grow the fuck up! At 7 years old, I had a full-time job. But well, yeah, the little boy is freaked out, obviously, for no wonder why. But the parents do come in, and the grandfather immediately goes back. Like, he immediately, it's like wax on, wax off. Like, he immediately shuts down again. He's like, "No one will know my secret."
So they go home, and on the way home, Billy's like, "I hate Santa Claus. He's a fucking dick."
You know, the father was immediately thinking, like, "Yes, fucking yes."
They do pan to a shot of a Santa Claus, just a random dude in a Santa Claus outfit, who shoots a gas clerk or whatever, and he goes out, he's like, $39, Merry fucking Christmas. Like, he gets in his Pinto.
Billy Bob Thornton was high up.
But the guy breaks down or whatever, and he waves him down, and she's like, "That's Santa Claus." And Billy's face, he goes,
Yeah, because he'd be like, "Don't stop there. What the fuck, are you crazy?" Which, by the way, to be honest, the kid has a point. Like, if I was driving in the middle of the road and saw this crazy, weird Santa Claus just parked, I mean, I know it was close to Christmas, because like, "Oh, he must be going to a park." I'd still be like, "Fuck you, Santa. Go get your goddamn reindeer."
Don't pull over
Swerve.
hitchhikers.
Never.
I pulled over a hitchhiker one time. I was
You pulled one over? Did you go?
Yeah, I was like, "Get the fuck over."
Shit.
But yeah, so they pull the guy over, and then shit gets real naughty.
It gets weird. Like, it comes out of, it sidewinders your fucking eardrum, because, you know, you were expecting kind of just a cheesy, well, at first for me, like, it was acted well, but I was expecting it to unfold very cheesy-like and not really have the extremities.
Shit was dark.
They go extreme with that shit real quick. Rob Zombie clocked it up to crab level 5,000 because he shoots the fucking dad in the forehead and then drags the mother out while the little boy escapes out the back door and goes hides in the bushes, and while dragging the mother out, like, rips her tits open and starts banging them like congos, and like, it's gonna
box those things like sugar.
And he's gonna, like, fucking rape her, and then, you know, she fights back. He's like, "Bitch, slice," and like, you see him, like, you know, cut her throat, and he's like, "Come out of here, you little bastard." I'm like, "Dad, stop, you're drunk. Mom loves you." But, you know, he's like looking for him, and what I really thought was gonna happen, because his little brother, the baby, is crying in the back, I thought they were gonna go like Hills Have Eyes shit.
You know what? It was funny because I actually said that out loud. We were watching this last night, and I watched that scene happen, and like, when he rips her shirt open, I'm like, "He's gonna rape her right in the street, Jim." It was like,
Is there no shame?
It's like you were commentating on a boxing fight. He's like, "Oh, he's gonna rape her right there, Jim Bob."
Download complete.
But yeah, no, he starts to, and like, he just pulls. And this movie has the thing about titties. There's like 12 titties in this movie.
They're nice movies, though.
And there's a lot of like slow nipple rubbing that happens.
They like that.
Not in this particular scene, but it was Grindhouse. Like, it was fucking like, ooh. When he goes back around to the back seat, I actually said out loud, I was like, typically I know that he's not going to kill the baby, but this movie's so fucked up so far, I was like, he might kill that fucking baby.
It's like when you're going in a roller coaster and you have no idea that they spit fucking water at you and you get wet and you're like, fucking bitch! Like, you thought it was just gonna be a regular standard bullshit ride and you get wet on wet. And you're like, fucking shit, it's acid! Like, you get weird. But yeah, I thought they were gonna be like, hey, they're not gonna pull the punches. They're not gonna pull the punches. So, but you know, luckily he doesn't kill the baby and he goes off. So little Billy Boy and his brother get taken into an orphanage.
Sister Mary's Orphanage for the Troubled Youth.
Yeah, great. You remember the whole title.
I don't remember the name of it.
What is this, some kind of joke?
School for wayward
ants?
How are the children going to learn to read if they can't even fit in the building?
Because it's fucking shit. But yeah, so they go in there and Sister Mother Superior,
God, I hate her.
Biggest cunt bag I've ever seen this side of the English
She reached
channel.
level 9 cuntedness.
I was, yeah, she fucking was like goddamn Mother Superior from Hellhole 5.
Supreme!
You're not used to not swallowing, are you?
I had teeth
I've never
once.
said this, don't swallow.
What happened to my teeth?
But yeah, she's the meanest bitch of all time. And obviously the boy, like, it takes place in a class and they're all drawing Christmas pictures and he draws like, you know, a Santa Claus mutilated with a reindeer on top of the, you know.
Fucking love coloring.
Otherwise, that would be, you know, in today's world, that would probably be on the very front cover of any children's magazine across the world because people are desensitized. But
oh, he plays Xbox.
they were like, fuck Fortnite. But yeah, so she was like, oh my God. Obviously, he's still dealing with the PTSD of what he saw as, you know, a few months prior to that, or like a year, 2 years before that.
Yeah.
But Mother Superior, being the bitch that she is, doesn't see that. She's like, punishment is the only way.
It's perfect because these days, like before they even did like a Christmas themed thing, they'd be like, now we want to check on everyone's religions. We want to make sure no one's offended by Santa Claus or Christmas. But back in the 70s, 80s, they were like, oh, your mother was fucking murdered and raped by Santa Claus.
Switch you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Join our holiday celebration.
Fucking Mother, she looked like goddamn.
Fucking eggnog.
She looked like goddamn Whistler's mother whooping that ass. Whistler's mother. And she did. You know, the only one that was actually made sense or logical sense in this film was
Marissa Tomei.
The sister. No, she
her
did
first role.
She did look like Mr.
She really did.
But she was like, obviously he needs help. He needs Dr. Loomis or somebody. Have you not seen Halloween? It came out in '78. And the Mother Superior is like, no, I don't care. I'll punish his ass. I will fuck him up and he will get over it.
Punishment is the only way.
She's like, I'm gonna switch him a few times in the back and use a belt and keep him in his room isolated from other people. Just you wait, next year he'll be just right as rain.
I'll just put my finger in his butt. He'll be just fine.
Great. Like
You'll
7-Up.
see. You'll see.
He don't want to fucking see Santa Claus. I pissed in his face too. That shit's scary. Mall Santa Clauses are scary as fuck.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't want to be around it. But Mother Superior's like, you will sing the Lord's hymn on a mountaintop with a switch in your butt if you don't.
It's because he had a fucking bugle boy mullet.
Yeah.
Did you see that fucking mullet?
If you don't do what I tell you, I'll fucking slap you right in the dick hole. But
he does. He goes down the hallway and he sees two people having sex, and it was one of the nuns. Actually,
by the way, that whole scene when he like peeks through the eye hole and you see the whole thing, I feel like they could have just put the song "I Smell Saxon Candy."
Who's that lounging?
Because it does look like it just looks like a fucking music video from the mid-90s, like the way the eye hole and like. But yeah,
this is the first like I don't know, like the director I don't think has ever had sex in anything other than the missionary position, because every sex scene in this is exactly the same. The dude's laying carefully sideways on top of the woman and slowly rubbing her nipple, and the camera zooms in every single time, close up nipple shot, and it's just like a finger going.
He liked boobies. He liked boobies
every fucking time.
Yeah, and then Mother Superior like. See,
solid
knocks the boy
choices.
like a fucking, you know, linebackers him out of the way and comes in and was like, "You fucking filth!" and like starts whooping that ass. And now here's my thing: the way that she took the belt out and the way that she starts slapping, and there's no reaction initially from the two kids. They're like, "This is my fantasy." Like it's like the guy was like, "I got a weird hot fucking old nurse smacking me with the belt while I'm fucking this girl." You couldn't ask for a better Vegas story to unfold.
I do.
And then, if you listen to close after Billy like runs away, you hear her going, "Take it, take it."
I was
like,
that is a poor choice of words.
And again, so you're not punishing that boy that was having sex with that girl in the nunnery. You're giving him every fucking fuel for jacking off material for the rest of his life.
I told you this. Why do you keep going?
Because what if he didn't stop? What if he's like, it just keeps getting harder? Like every time you fight. And then of course, poor Billy, he goes outside and he's trying to make the snowball, trying to get his mind away from the sex he just saw. Like he's like, I don't know what that was, but that looks like a lot of fun when I'm a few years older. And then old Sister Christian comes outside and she's like, what did you see? He's like, I didn't see nothing.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
It'd be funny if he's like, I didn't see nothing when he had a fucking like tadpole sticking up out of his pants. And he was
I see nothing.
I didn't see nothing, dog. And she's like, that's right. What you saw was like a fucking disgusting, dirty thing. And naughty children get punished. They get punished severely. Or naughty people. And then she's like, and you got out of your room. Even though young Marissa Tomei told him he could come out. And she didn't defend him, you fucking bitch.
She tried, but...
No, she didn't. She was like...
she gave up.
This is what happens. This is like when you see your friend getting in trouble, but you know you'll get it severe if you say anything. You're like... And the kid, again, suffering from all this as Christmas rolls around, and that's where his parents got murdered during that holiday, has a flashback, as one would probably, as the holiday approaches. And he gets out of his, gets out of bed and runs down the hallway to try to, I don't know, go down and get some fucking milk or drink a beer. Like, I don't know, do something to get it off his mind. And then the old bitch head is there and she's like, I don't think so. And then she ties him up Exorcist style. And it was a sad scene, and he's like, help me, please, don't do this to me, I have to go to work. It was a terrible scene. Yeah. But that was the lifestyle that this little boy lived for, I guess, 10 years. So, because it fast forwards after this, kind of showcasing what he went through.
Yeah, Mother Superior is just steadfast in her ways. She's like Mike McCarthy of the Green Bay Packers before he got fired. It's like, no, I'm just going to keep calling the same goddamn plays. I'm not going to run the ball. You'll see. He'll get over his fucking Santa Claus thing, and it's like, just let it go. But
it's like your mom on Saturday morning when she's cleaning. It doesn't matter what the fuck you say, and it doesn't matter that if you're off school, she is a bitch mode.
And
it
you hear that vacuum.
When you hear it, you're dead.
In deep shit.
Especially if you hear that.
It was the vacuum
of the Windex,
or the pots like slamming into the fucking...
You can smell it. You can smell like cleaning solutions and chemicals, and you can hear the vacuum. Yeah. You are so dead if you're still in bed. At 9:30 in the a.m., she's gonna kick the fucking door open like the SWAT team, like, get the fuck out of bed. You're like, Mom, instead of it's like,
she's fucking floating.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, and
shit's just like records are flying around.
And
like
she's got like a Molly Hatchet flame coming up of the back of her head, and she's like spinning her head. She's like, get out of bed. And you're like, Mom, it's Saturday. She's like, I don't care, you lazy filth. You're a heathen. Go outside and work in the yard. It's 25 degrees. I don't care. Get a snow coat.
She grabs a Jesus cross and she's stabbing her own vagina, screaming, fuck me.
Wow. What household did you grow up in? Fucking Rob Zombie flashback.
I got excited.
Morphin time. Skankolitis. So, anyway... I'm sailing
where I want.
I was gonna say, like, those Saturday mornings, it was kind of like when Mom, like, if she would come in and like bitch at you, and she like slammed the door, but it never shut all the way. You're like, shut my door. She's like, you don't tell me what to do in my own house. Like, I'll shut it for me. And then you shut it. You're like, one day it's gonna be different. And then that Styx song comes on. I'm sailing away. But anyway, my point being, we have our own flashbacks here. 10 years go by. And then he gets a job at a toy store of all places, which is cool. I mean, I would like to work at a toy store back when you're 18 years old. That'd be pretty fucking badass. But he works at a toy store. He's a good-looking kid. He looks like he could be,
Looks like Paul Walker.
Yeah, he kind of does. He could look like sell you surfboards in California.
Got a Paul Walker thing going on. But I do love that scene though, because she's trying to get him the job there, and like I love I can't think of his name.
Dude is a good actor.
The manager of the store. He's like, no, it's a man's job. He's like, it's a man's job.
It's a man's world.
She's like, oh yeah, I guess you need a man for it then. Come on out, Billy. And Billy's like fucking like, he's like quarterback from Varsity Blues, like fucking ripped and shit. He's like, I guess you got the job.
They should have thrown some Rush in there. Today's Tom Sawyer gets high on you.
It was, dude. But it was the weirdest fucking thing I've... Did that cat just try to ninja kick us?
She tried to fucking get up here and like roundhouse kick Street Fighter.
Cat's in a weird...
KO!
The Christmas lights are making the kitty weird. The pussy gets crazy around Christmas time.
Be careful with that, Vagini.
But yeah, no. This whole scene was so fucking weird. Like the whole movie, like someone else directed it for 10 minutes. Like it's because it turned into a weird fucking Kinko's commercial. Like all of a sudden it's like, the kid was like, they show him like stocking stuff in the back and like doing a great job. And it was like a Golden Girls like cutaway scenery.
It kind of made you feel
he's like drinking
Yeah.
JB, and then they cut to the dude, and he's like, "I've got my milk. I'm great."
Holiday spirits.
Fucking weird.
Drinking and putting up toys.
Did you notice that though? Were you like, "What the fuck is this like weird collage?"
Yeah, it was
like a fucking Staples commercial.
Well, I mean, obviously what they were showing was that Billy had adjusted pretty well, even though he was being watched really closely, supposedly by the sister that always kind of like was the mother figure to him at the orphanage. However,
I felt the need to fucking
What are
do
you,
this.
fucking-
He was fucking blossoming from his cocoon, and I was like, I felt
you
it.
look like one of those one-shot wrestlers that came out in WWE, and that was your signature move, and that was like, I'm never gonna see him again. That was like your finishing move. You would just
Goldust tag team
you would
partner.
just stand over there and be like, oh. Yeah, you wouldn't even do anything. You wouldn't even.
Oh
you
no!
just do
Here comes
this.
the cocoon.
The Mothman. But yeah, so he's doing pretty well, and he's having a good time, and he's obviously impressing the boss and whatnot. But the problem is, Christmases are rolling around as it always does, and he's getting weirded out. He's also having sexual fantasies about this hot little number that he's been working on, and he's been doing his best to fucking Kanye West it, but it's just not happening. He's more like Hall & Oates, not Kanye West. Now, the problem is that the fucking manager is stupid. And he pardoned him with this fucking Italiano that is really got the Napoleon Dynamite, I'm small dick kind of guy, and he's like, hey, I'll put a baked spaghetti in your asshole if you don't fucking show me respect. And he like gets mad and
He was
like,
like
what
the
the fuck is up with
Jersey
you?
Shore version of Sonny from The Godfather.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, no, but that one scene though, when he's fantasizing about the chick, and he's fantasizing about him laying in bed, you've got yet another missionary style scene. He's missionary style. There's a slow rubbing of the nipples. Wonderful nipples in these movies, but it's a slow rubbing of the nipples. The exact same thing.
Dis-moi.
But then all of a sudden he has this image of Santa Claus, stabbing her or whatever. But did you notice, by the way, the movie goes in, and we watch this on Shudder. The movie goes in and out of HD. Like all of a sudden it'll be like Grindhouse as fuck.
Which I thought that might have been on purpose, but I don't think it is. I think it was just, but it would have been
They
cool.
just forgot a
but that
couple
would have been
scenes.
that. Honestly, if you like, I know they remade this movie, but I mean,
Yeah.
if you did remake it now, the fact that when he goes psycho, like to have the color change, that would be a pretty cool idea. Like, oh shit, things got real, or like if he has a flashback, have the saturation.
Yeah, that would be cool. I see
Yeah.
the boat you're sailing on.
Yeah, I like that boat.
But that
it's
one
called
scene.
All You Can Eat Cock.
No, you love that boat.
No, it's for you.
That's my favorite
You're
ride.
gonna be the first mate.
Mr. Frog's Scary Town.
I'm just the person that loaned it.
I think I was going for the teacup ride at Disney. I don't know.
That's
It's
all
been a long summer.
Mr. Froggy.
But yeah, no, when they show the sex scene or whatever and it's happening, it goes HD again. Did you notice the dude's
What?
butt hair?
No, I didn't. I wasn't staring at it.
No, it was just there. It was so prevalent. Like this dude had so much gooch hair coming out of his butt.
Well, I mean, it's a dude. Like, I don't know. He probably wasn't.
But,
He wasn't
no,
waxing down there.
I'm just saying though, it was funny as fuck because I know it for a fact. Like back in the day, like when it was filmed, everything was all grainy or whatever, and they probably didn't notice his fucking crack hair sticking out.
I don't think most people
I
would.
bet that dude fucking he watched like the Scream Factory or whatever it was redo of the fucking thing, and he was like, oh my god, that's literally my fucking gooch hair.
The one day
It's
that I
so
didn't schedule my anus
prevalent.
waxing.
Yeah, it's so
the one
clear.
day.
It's HD butt hair.
Well, yeah. So eventually, what happens as the film goes on is that the manager doesn't want to play Santa Claus because the Santa Claus they were gonna have the mall, basically the mall Santa Claus, the store Santa Claus. He gets sick. They want the manager to play it. He doesn't want to do it, so he goes to Billy, unknowing that Billy has a problem with Santa Claus, obviously for reasons. And Billy, for some fucking reason, okay, I'll do it. I'll put the Santa Claus suit on and be Santa Claus, but fucking like at that point becoming more and more psycho as he wears the costume and looking at like I think the cooler. It's not cool. It's funny when he has like when he's being Santa Claus and the little kids, he's like, stop it, stop it. The kid's like acting up in his lap. He's like, stop it, don't do that. What are you doing? Stop doing that. He's like, do you know what happens to fucking goddamn naughty goddamn kids, you little motherfucker? I'll whip your fucking throat out. And then he's like, now stand still.
Right.
And then she's like,
He's so good with children.
yeah, well, he doesn't say it like that, but it's pretty much conveyed through the messages because
Creepy as
it would be
fuck.
like one of those things like if the kid's like jumping around like so he's like and you grab it's like, you know what I'll fucking do? I'll come to your goddamn house, burn your fucking presents down, and put my dick in your mom's ear. And then he'd be like, now shut the fuck up. I only do that to naughty kids. If you don't want to be naughty, do you? And then the kid was like, okay. But it goes from there, and then the point where he breaks from reality
Christmas party.
is the Christmas party after
the
it.
manager though,
That's a great manager.
because the manager's like, I fucking hate Christmas. This shit sucks. But the second, like, it's 7:00 and the store closes on Christmas Eve, and he goes and he locks the door, and it's my favorite fucking feeling. It's how I feel every single Friday. He locks the door. He's like, 7:00. It's over. Let's get shit faced.
Got that B&J.
That's my favorite scene of the whole movie. Dude. I was like, that guy's fucking cool.
So they all get drunk and they start partying. Billy is still kind of just like, holy shit, I'm dressed as Santa Claus, the bane of my existence. Remembering all this stuff that happened, and he's dressed as the fucking killer that murdered his parents. So he's looking over, and the one chick that he's had is like his whispering eye on for a while.
Tell you, Mr. Whispering Eye.
He looks down there. Yeah. He looks down and she's making out with the fucking extra from Three's Company, and he's like,
Richard Grieco.
fuck. Yeah, I turn around, I swear to God, Emilio Estevez. I was like, Emilio, and he looks,
Naughty Duck guy,
you know,
swear to God.
and just he's like, oh fuck, really? And then you can slowly hearing the chains breaking in his brain as the insanity's going. And then that one, he's like, the drunk manager comes like, hey, it's a great fucking party though, right? He's like, your parents must be sober. He's like, my parents are dead. And he's like, oh, yeah, are you gonna come in on Sunday? It wasn't like he didn't care, but, well, I mean, again, the movie was poor at this point because you really didn't know that Italiano and Chica was like, even that serious. It was just like, it happened and you're like, oh, they had a thing going on. I thought she was into him. They go into the stock room, right? And he's watching them go.
He's got a present for you.
Yeah.
Big surprise. Huge surprise.
Oh, Mr. Suck Underwear, huh? Yeah. But so he goes back there, and what he attempts to do is to, basically show her his dick in a box before dick in a box was a thing.
Put it away.
But so what happened? Yeah, she starts kissing him, and then it gets aggressive, and then she slaps him. He's like, slap me! And he puts her down on the ground and starts like basically gonna rape her. Rips the tits open.
How many rape scenes do you need in one fucking movie though?
What happens is Billy goes back there, sees this shit going down, and then he has a PTSD moment again, thinking about his mom, all that stuff, and then it snaps in, and all of a sudden the fucking Mariah Carey song, and a hero comes along.
I was thinking, don't go chasing waterfalls.
TLC. But he's like, oh, I can be a hero. I can. You son of a bitch. But he's like, I can be a hero, and he goes over. And this is where it's fucking retarded right here, okay? It's ridiculous. He grabs him like Michael Myers and picks him up. I know the guy's strong, but you pick him up by Christmas lights with one hand while his little boots are like, what the fuck were you taking?
He must do CrossFit.
He immediately took that pre-workout in the butt right before he came in there. But anyway, he saves her, kills the guy, so you're like, okay, well, it's all right. And then she's like, you bad.
The Undertaker fucking chokes him to death with the fucking Christmas lights.
Well, this bitch gets off like, she's like, you bastard, you're crazy. I'm like, he just saved you. She's like, so what? So what that my titties were out like a sun-beached whale. So what? We were aggressive wrestling. That whole thing, and then he's like, what the fuck? I just did my best. How about some naval play? Box cutter, rip up. And now, you know,
was nasty.
It's not like, it's pretty gross, but it's not like overly like graphic, except that it is in its own way. In the 80s, the mid 80s, it was kind of graphic, but at the way it's just like kind of cheesy looking.
But it was in and then up.
Yeah. So he split her ass up, and then he proceeds to kill the poor manager with a hammer to his head, and then he kills the fucking the other clerk with an arrow. The guy's fucking talented.
Why do they have a real bow and arrow inside of a toy store?
Because there's no substitute for the real thing. Have you never seen fucking Christmas Story? Red Ryder, you'll shit your eye out.
I didn't know we were inside of a fucking Cabela's.
I like that. Okay, you can get your fishing needs and your underwear all in one spot. But yeah, so.
Duluth.
So the only one that knows like his craziness is the sister. She does call earlier in the day to find out what's going on. They're like, oh, he's playing Santa Claus, and she's like, dun dun dun.
She's Loomis, actually, in a weird way.
Yeah, so she's on her way, which I guess they live like 50, 80 minutes
on my way. I'm
to save him.
It.
So she shows up in the store after he's murder spreed everybody, screams. Billy's out there now, dressed as Santa, doing the Lord's work, and she contacts the sheriff. They're on the lookout for a Santa Claus that are killing people. He breaks in again. You go to a sex scene, and now this sex scene though that happens at the last part of the film.
Very Friday
I can understand, and that's a nice sex scene. You know, on top of the pool table, nice felt. Especially when he's like, 2 balls, corner pocket.
I was like, wait.
That's cheesy,
she was like,
but I like it.
Yeah, but she was like, oh, and I was like, wait. He can fit both of his balls into your vagina.
If she wants that.
That's not normal.
Well, she has a Stargate vagina. But so that shit's gonna fucking open up. If she farts, she'll get ahead of the pod. So they're having sex on the pool table and they're saying like cheesy lines. Now this part is, I think it was funny because when Billy loses his mind, like his thing is to say punish, guilty,
punish.
Or no, he's like punish or naughty. Or he's like naughty,
naughty. No, I said punish. It was punish. Yeah.
Punish. Like the girl, by the way. So when they're having sex on the pool table, she's babysitting, I'm assuming, or it's her little sister. Her little sister's coming down. I was like, I want to see Santa. She said, go upstairs or you won't see Santa. The girl goes back upstairs. There's a knock on the door. She goes and answers it topless. And she's like, her tits like, who is it?
Hello.
Well, by the way, there are carolers.
Has anyone seen my kitty?
There are carolers, like literally across the street. What the fuck? What if she'd open her door like, boobies, take them. So as she's shutting the door, I think it's funny because Billy pops. He's like, "Punish, Matt Dillon, punish!" And then she shuts the door. He's like, "Punish," because like punish. He's like Timmy from South Park. He's like, "Punish, punish," and then he picks her up and like fucking like puts her on. That was cool, but again, he's super strong and he puts her on like a goddamn moose head or elk head or deer, whatever it is.
I'm telling you, man, I'm surprised.
I don't hunt, so I have no idea.
Himself didn't do the special effects on this.
You saw that fucker going in. Really good.
You saw it from fucking A to Z, man. It was fucking start to finish. The deer head magoosh
going in, yeah,
goes into the galosh, and then you go from the outer,
and then you have jambalaya. This is a lovely room of death. Take care now. Bye then. But anyway, so the little, little pocket boy himself comes out of the pool and is like, "Where's she at? My dick's getting soft. Like, I mean, it's gonna happen now. It's not gonna ever happen."
I'm wearing a sweatshirt, t-shirt.
So he puts up some fight. He finds her body like pinned against this deer, and then he puts, Billy comes out. They have a little struggle. Eventually, Billy wins the upper hand. I think he he uses the axe on him. I'm not sure. It's just random death. Oh no! He throws him out the window, and then glass shard
gets right.
Yeah, I was like, you are so fucking unlucky because I've seen people thrown out of movies, or thrown out of windows, thrown out of movies too, but thrown out of windows several times, and they never do. Like they never happen.
He got that Suspiria death.
He got that real bad Suspiria death. Then he's walking away, and the little girl's like, "Santa," and he's like, "What?" And then he was like, "Have you been naughty? Have you been nice? Just tell me you've been naughty."
He gives her a fucking box cutter.
Yeah, like, you can open up those. You can open those Amazon boxes from your parents like that.
Here's a nice piece of shit.
So the eventual end to Billy's rampage is going to be the orphanage.
Yeah.
And he's going to take on Whistler's mother for the final time. By the way,
an innocent Santa Claus.
Father O'Brien. I felt bad as fuck. I felt bad as fuck though because she's like, of course he didn't hear him yell, "Stop! He's dead."
I know.
Oh shit!
I think everybody when they watched that movie, they're like, originally you didn't even know the guy, but you felt bad for him because the police show up and they kill him because they think he's the Santa Claus or whatever. Which, by the way, earlier in the film, the dad got away with it. You thought the dad was going to die because you see a dad crawling through a window in a Santa outfit. The cops almost shoot him, and then they become the two guys from Halloween 5. They're like, but when they shoot him, like
they shoot him right in the fucking back, like immediately.
Yeah, you feel terrible for the guy, but then when they're like, "Oh, of course he didn't hear him. He was deaf." I think everybody in their homes or wherever they watch this, your reaction was exactly what I had. You were like, "Oh,
man, I felt like that Puss in Boots like meme where he's like,
ooh. He didn't even know what he did. He didn't even know what he did. The guy got shot and he looked up and he saw cops and he was like, "Well, I must be the fucking bad guy."
He didn't even see him because he's deaf. He couldn't hear him.
It's fucking awful.
It's like, you son of a bitch. But by the way, I do like the fact that the children barely reacted to it. They're like, I played Grand Theft Auto 4. This is nothing. I don't even know.
The one kid was just like,
he was like, "Where's my candy cane, bitch?" But yeah, the sisters run him back inside the orphanage.
Take his boots.
The whole time, Billy's been hiding out in the shed, thinking about his Mustang that he'll never own. I don't know. And the sheriff, Mother Superior's like, "Of course that was Father O'Brien." He's like, "Look, there's a killer coming and he's dressed as fucking Santa Claus. Just stay in the home."
I wish Bruce Leroy himself would have came in and just fucking karate chopped her in the fucking mouth.
Sure enough. He knocks on the door of the orphanage. The little boy, not knowing any difference, sees Santa Claus. He opens the door. Doesn't matter that the Mother Superior is like, "Don't do it." It doesn't matter. Now Santa's in. He's got the axe, and the whole goal was he wants to fuck Mother Superior up. Fuck your Windsor's mother painting. Fuck you. And he was eating.
Didn't even get to. I wondered.
I did too.
I was ready.
And it was. He does this whole thing. He holds the axe up. He gets shot in the back. The sheriff arrives just in time as he falls over. The only cool person that you're like kind of relatable to. I mean, Billy is actually a tragic character, really, overall.
Yeah, actually is.
And but the other sister that actually gave a damn about him, that tried to help him, and nobody cared or listened to her, you know, holds his head and whatever. And
he looks to the kids. He's like, "You're safe now."
Yeah, Santa's dead, or Santa's gone. And then he dies, and then the last thing is on the little boy, and he's like, naughty. and then it ends. It's like an Omen fucking shit.
It's a weird Halloween.
Will there be a sequel?
Send off, yeah. But you know, the end of it pissed me off because I wanted Mother Superior to get hers. If anybody was deserved to fucking get axed to death, it was Mother Superior. But you know,
you validate parking, we get us. We get us.
But you know, it was the movie itself. Like, it was a cool, like you mentioned a dragon at one point. Actually, one of the things I can say about the movie is it runs at a cool like an hour and 20 minutes. It's a pretty easy to watch. Yeah. The kills are intense. There's a few grindhouse like smuttish moments almost. For me it's pretty well flowing film to watch.
Pretty enjoyable.
The ending was just.
I got a few places.
Yeah. the ending was just, you know, it was whatever. We'll see what happens to the sequels. I don't know if Mother Superior comes back or.
Well, I don't know. I saw the cover of the sequel and it's a fucking like Uzi. it's not of a jingle bell.
Or it's like a Glock. Yeah. But
put this in your jingle bell and smoke it. And it's an Uzi. But overall, I'm gonna give the movie a 7.0. Like, going into this film, I really didn't have that much hope for it, and watching it, it's pretty well acted, and it's shot pretty decent, and yeah, it's definitely got the cheesy moments in it. You're like, fucking gag me with a spoon, up yours with the twirling lawnmower blade, but it's still got some moments you're like, that's not bad. And if they had explored this a little bit more or done this a little bit less, it might have been something different. Now, the very beginning of the movie, the whole orphanage stuff and the way that little Billy is dealing, they should have focused a lot more.
You know, it was a good serial killer origin story for sure. All children are supposed to trust Santa Claus. Like, it's this character, like, you could see anybody in a Santa Claus outfit and the children are automatically going to trust him. They're not going to think twice about it. But when you put somebody that's a serial killer in that Santa outfit, just like when he breaks in the orphanage for the first time and the one kid's like, no, he's my friend, I don't care what you say, Mother Superior, you're always an asshole to me. That's an interesting thing to play on. Christmas Evil did it, this did it, and one thing that's crazy about this movie is it basically got railroaded. Siskel and Ebert hated it, everybody hated it.
And then Nightmare came out.
Yeah, people picketed the movie. The movie basically failed at the box office simply because people, they were disgusted by the idea that people were, they were using Santa Claus to market a slasher film. So people were disgusted by it, so the movie got railroaded, and it didn't find life until home video. But that's an interesting idea if you think about it a little bit more. And the movie as a whole, man, I'm going to give it a 7.5, especially as a slasher film.
Always trying to do something different.
I just think, I don't know, you know, you see so many slasher films and there's so many shitty parts to them. I thought this was the right running time. I thought it flowed well. The killer had a good origin story. There was weird parts in it. There were strange parts in it, but it gave you that dark feeling. And one of the most important things is it starts out so deranged that no matter what happens through the film, when he comes up to a kid, you don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen. Our shirts are off. The world's crazy. Well, and I was on edge pretty much the whole movie. Yeah, and laughing at some point.
As far as a slasher film of the mid '80s, it's not bad at all. And if you want to get you know, your rocks off with a decent slasher around the holidays, you couldn't go wrong. You could get worse than this movie anyway.
Sure.
By the way, I didn't trust Santa Claus because that motherfucker, this fat jolly motherfucker from the North Pole, is going to give you gifts for nothing. For no charge. He's not going to ask you to come back to his fucking van that he's got reindeer hooked up to him, and they're really just like painted on.
I'm the gingerbread man.
I don't trust shit like that. Where's my bike?
Comment down below.
I'm gonna pull my pants down, but there should be a bike involved.
What was your rating though? Before
7.0.
Oh, did you say that already?
I already said that. Yeah.
Fuck me in the
drunk
face.
Bitch.
Woo. Comment down below with your all thoughts. With your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you. Ho ho hobo's delight.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie. We watched a movie.